YouTube, launched on December 15th, 2005, is now the second largest social media platform behind Facebook, averaging 2.5 billion active users today. The platform has opened itself past its initial webpage, now being an incorporated app in almost all forms of technology, such as televisions or mobile phones, as well as being incorporated and included within education and academia. This titanic platform had simple roots, originally beginning as a dating website intended for users to post videos of one another for the purposes of romantic relationships. However, due to this model being insufficient for the developers, the platform was open to all forms of content. Seeing this, Google entered the picture and acquired YouTube for $1.65 billion in 2006 to dominate the rising online video sharing market. Eventually, YouTube began to pay content creators who were over a specific threshold in 2007. Due to this addition of profit gain, many individuals moved towards YouTube to pursue content creation. From this point, YouTube exploded in popularity and use, with other organisations and bodies aiming to profit from the site, including political parties such as the Finnish elections having candidates advertising their parties in 2007. Now, YouTube is valued at $37.1 billion as of 2024, with various ages and eras of the platform history coming and passing, including the 2010s to 2013's golden era and the 2015 to 17's edgy era, up until November 2019's modern era, consisting in the modern day. Nowadays, esports is a large aspect of YouTube's content, as many teams, players and organisations each host their own plethora of channels that act as revenue sources, social media platforms and audience engagement platforms. As of November of 2024, YouTube's age demographics have changed over time. Based on this chart, YouTube's highest modern demographic is 25 to 34-year-olds, 21.7% of all YouTube users. This is due to two factors. Firstly, these young adults of today were the under 18 youths of before, meaning that it is most likely that this age group used to frequent YouTube during its earlier years where things were less moderated. Secondly, YouTube itself is a platform that tends to follow the small world phenomena, the idea that individuals are connected through small chains of acquaintances and encounters with one another, based on a series of experiments performed by Stanley Milgram in the 1960s. Based on research into YouTube's characteristics, it can be suggested that YouTube is built upon this chain of acquaintances and connections, and the format of YouTube with its recent change to short-form content are actively beneficial to one another, as the findings show that the user-generated content displays small world characteristics which suggest the grouping of various videos infers connections through channels, subscribers or advertisers from one video to another. This influences esports heavily, as overall esports age demographics show that 50% of the audience is aged 25 to 41, being the millennials, and for the following 26% being Generation Z. Based on this statistic, it can be inferred that this demographic of millennials are also the same demographic that would have grown up with early YouTube content, therefore providing a pre-established link between YouTube and esports. Therefore, with this connection, esports scenes such as League of Legends or Smash Melee, with demographics consisting of this age range, can better connect with their audiences by engaging them on a platform that they are familiar with. Instead of reaching to them individually with newsletters or emails, esports brands can now tap into their user base's history with the internet and take advantage of this connection to traffic users to their platform. YouTube uses various factors to influence a user's personal feed. YouTube's visibility algorithm decides what videos a user will receive based on some of these personal statistics. Firstly is user history, analysing your past videos and where your interests seem to lie. Secondly is engagement, analysing the time watching a video and any interactions such as likes or subscriptions. Relevance, analysing the more analytically successful videos that correspond to a user. But how does YouTube implement these algorithms? Firstly, the YouTube homepage takes advantage of your user history and previous engagements to gauge the type of content you'd be most likely to engage with at a first glance. Secondly, YouTube utilises the suggested videos algorithm that provides videos based on or like the ones being currently watched that are relevant to the space at the time. And thirdly, YouTube actively seeks out content that is most useful to you based on your search inputs, scanning details such as even the subtitles of videos to find the most relevant information to keep you on the platform as opposed to any other service. We can examine how YouTube is used by investigating the most popular genres of content viewed on YouTube. Gaming content is as dominant as ever, being the most uploaded and enjoyed genre of content, with esports falling into this category. Among the more popular genres include news, education and ASMR. With these massive genres filling the YouTube space, it's allowed YouTube to become a multi-purpose video sharing platform, as it's now useful for education, entertainment and audience support. Unprofessional usage of YouTube is hard to come by, as many creators upload to the platform to make a living out of content creation. Therefore, non-professional usage of YouTube primarily boils down to the platform being used for personal purposes. An example of a creator who follows this non-professional principle is Penguin Zero, who allocated any funds he received from his YouTube account towards charities and fundraisers, as he was engaging on the platform out of passion rather than business. For professional use, YouTube is advantageous for learning valuable market information and engaging with communities. YouTube, while used by individuals for their own personal brands, is also used by companies and businesses that enable them to engage with audiences, tease new products and advertise their brands. Most esports teams have a professional YouTube channel that they use to benefit their fan base with matches, player interviews, merchandise showcases and team announcements. An example of this is Team Liquid, who use their YouTube channel to launch products such as MyBlue. announced roster changes such as the welcoming of individual Omerolov into their creator roster, and teams delving into player history with the reformed villain of Smash Bros, Hungrybox. On top of this, Team Liquid also utilised YouTube to create individual brands for each of their teams, such as their Counter-Strike 2 channel, Team Liquid CS2, and their League of Legends channel, Team Liquid Honda. YouTube's biggest competitor in the video sharing market at this current time is undoubtedly TikTok. This platform, released in September of 2016, exploded into popularity in 2018 through 19 through their merging with the app Musical.ly, leading to a massive growth in downloads and analytics. By 2020, TikTok had 850 million downloads. But what are the main comparisons between the two platforms? There's three main ones. Format. YouTube content is usually much longer in video length and contains much greater levels of effort in editing and script writing, actively supporting for creators to make high quality content for their channels. Alternatively, TikTok builds itself off short form and trendy content that keeps users' attention locked into the app. TikTok's strategy to its formatting intends to keep users within the app and constantly intaking information quickly, and it has been documented that it even takes a toll on academic performance regarding attention span. Secondly is algorithm focus. Both base their results on user history and thus are similar in their algorithms and information sourcing for users. However, their algorithms do this in different ways. YouTube bases its algorithm based entirely on user history and interactions, allowing for niche contents that users may find interesting to be provided to them. Conversely, TikTok's algorithm, while still taking advantage of user engagement and history, also influences users' feeds through trends and popular events such as challenges or celebrities. With demographics, YouTube's demographic is a much older audience nowadays, within the 25 to 34-year-old range. This range allows for YouTube to be beneficial to various demographics and communities due to the variety of content that applies to this age group. TikTok, in comparison, targets a much younger age range, typically within the 18 to 24 years of age. This difference can be shown in the style of content that TikTok is most known for, TikTok usually being quick and immediate. This based on studies going into TikTok's content. It has been seen that TikTok as a platform is a stage to perform, tell stories, and express their opinions and identities in a formative way for younger individuals. With this, it supports the idea that TikTok is more suited to a younger audience that wish to express and share, while YouTube tends to be more broad with its range of potential content related to its primary demographic. Which platform is better for esports? By analysing these differences, we can reach a conclusion on which platform may be better suited for the esports industry. Due to esports being expressed through multiple methods of content, such as match re-uploads, analyses of games, or communities discussions, or game results, it is reasonable to see that YouTube has the most advantageous reach towards the esports market. YouTube can produce short-form content like TikTok can, due to the YouTube Shorts feature released in September 2020. YouTube can take advantage of all forms of esports content in this way. Due to YouTube naturally supporting more long-form content, match re-uploads and in-depth analysis content can easily be released, while TikTok may struggle due to TikTok videos only having a maximum time of 30 minutes per upload, while YouTube videos can extend upwards of multiple hours. On top of this, due to YouTube's more personalised algorithm functions, esports enthusiasts are more likely to receive relevant content towards their niche or scene, as opposed to TikTok. After all, if you play an amazing game like Smash Melee, why do you care about League of Legends? Therefore, YouTube is clearly the superior platform for esports as an industry. YouTube has an interesting history with its platform governance. Over the years, YouTube has various battles with its community and changes in the company that have shaped its development into what it's become today. These are two of the most prolific examples of poor platform governance within YouTube. Firstly, COPPA. COPPA, fully labelled as the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, is a federal law in the United States that places requirements on sites that are open to children. While inherently a good law that means well, it is widely known amongst YouTube community members that the changes made to the YouTube based on COPPA regulations ultimately damaged both the platform as well as the protection of the children. It has been noted that due to the restrictions enacted by YouTube to restrict children's access to certain videos, it's inadvertently motivated these children to actively seek content on their own terms, which ends up them leading to content where they were never meant to indulge in the first place. Secondly, we have the adpocalypse. Due to YouTube hosting such a wide array of content, some of it is bound to be unsavoury or unappealing to its advertisers. This occurred in the form of YouTube's adpocalypse. The adpocalypse is a prime example of the poor governance on YouTube has over its platform. As the unregulated content festering the platform due to their negligence, they had to step in, and it was painting a poor image on the brands that were being advertised on YouTube, such as Coca-Cola and Amazon. Advertisers would primarily only advertise their brands on channels that would deem themselves as family friendly, leaving creators who were smaller or aspiring to be within a specific niche, topic or category to leave the platform due to lack of expression and freedom on the side that the adpocalypse forced YouTube to resolve. The decisions made after the adpocalypse were devastating for creators, requiring them to change thumbnails, titles, or even remove entire videos deemed suitable for advertisements, otherwise facing the fear of demonetization. No more subtitles now. In conclusion, YouTube has various characteristics and features, such as its various algorithms and differing levels of usage on a professional or non-professional scale, that enable it to be a heavily advantageous platform for digital media, especially within esports. Despite YouTube's various setbacks and its up and down history with its own community and external forces, YouTube has stood the test of time since 2007 and remained relevant for years, having its own community-labelled errors and combating its competitors to stay at the top of the online video sharing industry.